May I know who is online soft? So there is a guy who is joined as an online soft. Who is that? Hello? May I know who is online soft? Can you come online? Yeah, can you come online and talk to me? So, or chat in the chat. So, can you tell your name? Who is that? I just want to know who are you? I am going to disconnect you, Mr. Online Soft. I am going to dismiss you. I have dismissed you. Thank you. Okay, fine. So, that's fine. So, I will not waste the time. So, what I will do is, so you have to connect to this machine. And the problem is with, so you don't know the password now. So, you cannot enter. So, what you forget, so what I'm going to do is you just go to the download things and try to connect to that machine, and you need to go to the Jenkins part. So there is a, I will tell you. So go to the place where the Jenkins is there. So guys, it's for everyone. Okay, I don't think it's only for Shivana. So go to the Jenkins, and here you can see the main thing called here. It is going to be some config.xml will be there, something called config.xml. You see config.xml. In this config.xml, so what is mentioned here is, so the security, use security authentication is true. So make it as false. Okay, because you have enabled some user-based security over there, right? So what I'm going to say is FALSE false. So I'm just going to make this as a false, and I'm just going to say save. So it's going to overwrite it. So I'm just going to overwrite it, because the problem here is I'm not a good user. So that what, so because it is there as a Jenkins, right? So what should I do is su sudo, yeah. So I'm just giving, okay, sorry. So I'm just going as a sudo su hyphen, okay, and I'm going as a root user where lib Jenkins, and I am saying config.xml. So when you go to the config.xml, it is telling the user security is true. So you need to make it as false in such a case if you are forgetting these things. So FALSE false, and you just say save, and after that what you need to do is you need to restart your Jenkins. Okay. So how to restart the Jenkins? So maybe service Jenkins restart. Okay, so you have to restart your Jenkins on your machine. So yes, the Jenkins got restarted. So now what you can do here is, so I have logged in as an admin, right? So here again what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to say that, yeah, so I'm just going to log into the Jenkins now, and you see what is happening. Jenkins is ready to work, and hope it should not ask any password, and it's going to be going to the directly dashboard. You see, now we have broke the Jenkins security. Now what you need to do is, after you are doing this, so you need to go to the manage Jenkins part and configure global security part. You need to go to your configure global security in your Jenkins and say enable the security. Previously I have disabled the security manually, okay? And I said anyone can do anything, and Jenkins own user database security and allow user to sign up. So this is the default one that you have to have it, and apply and save. Now you will be having the sign in button. Okay, you see sign up button is there. Now you create a user called admin and correct password admin and correct with the things. So put something name, and you need to do this. After that, sign up. So you have created, the user is already there. Okay, you see the user is already there. My admin user is already there. So that's the reason. So maybe you can just name it as a Sundar. and I am just going to create the password as a Sundar and the password same as a Sundar, and I am going to sign up. So you see it got signed up. So now I need to just say that's fine. So I am just going to say log out, and when I just try to log into this machine now again, okay, so I think I have enabled the security, right? Yes. So the configuration global security is there. So now when you are trying to log into this machine, so it will not allow everybody to just log in. It will be asking the username and password, and after that you will be logging in. And here what you can do is, you don't say anyone can do anything here. Okay, logged in user can do something here. Okay, so only the logged in user can do something here. So this is the authentication that you will be setting normally. Okay, now you see it is asking me to just enter the username and password. It given to admin, and I am just going to use that admin, and I am going to log in. So it's saying error. I don't know why it is. So let's see. Yeah. So there is some error which is there. So agent master security subsystem is currently off. Dismiss. That's fine. So we will dismiss this. You see, it is already logged in as a Sundar, so it is working fine, no issue. Okay, so we can check. You see, now since we have not logged in, it is showing everything. But the thing is, you don't have that security, that is settings part. You see, the settings part got missed out. So this is a way that you can just play with your securities inside your Jenkins. Okay, login. So maybe Sundar, fine. So you see now the managed Jenkins is coming and Sundar is there. So you understand, Sivanand and everybody? So if there is any machine of logging system, so you are going to use this part. Okay?
Yeah, I had the same issue. Thank you.
You had the same issue, Hemant?
Yes.
Yes. So the first time, I am not sure that you have, after creating admin, I think you have to say continue as an admin or some other option. So I think if you are using a
I think, but we should save. Right next to it, it asks us save and finish. You have to, I think you have to go with save and finish.
Yeah, maybe that part is missing over there. So that is what you have to do it. But that anything can be possible by changing the configuration file of your Jenkins, and that configuration file is this place. So as a question, you are going to learn. So you have learned the new thing. So how to restart the Jenkins also you have learned it. Okay, and Jenkins is running as a service. So how can you check the service is running or not? So service status all, I guess. So you can just check the service status all. In this, I think the Jenkins should be also running as a service here. So maybe we can check it in this way. So you see the Jenkins is also running as a service in our machine. So whenever the system is getting up, this machine will also be coming up. Okay.
Sundar, what are those plus and minus? What does they represent? Mahendra here.
So plus is, yeah. So plus is, it is running, the service is up and running. For example, if you see the cron tab or SSH, so if the SSH should be working means the SSHD service should be up and running. So plus means the service is up. Okay. See, it is nothing but LVM2, which is large volume partition 2, so which is a file system service.
Okay.
Okay. So of the server, which is not running. So you cannot use that service of that computer.
Okay, Sundar. Got it.
So like this, you will be having a cron service. You need the cron tab will be up and running only if the service is up. If the cron service is down, so when you are stopping this cron service, your cron tab will not run, even though if you have configured in the cron tab. Okay, so are you clear with the concept? So shall we move to the next part?
Yeah, Sundar.
Okay. So Sahitya, what about you?
Yeah, I have to practice today, Sundar, all the integration of CI/CD, and also once I'm done with it, I guess I will have some doubts.
Okay. I know this is a problem with almost all the guys. So they are not practicing. So I hope somebody one asked me how easy it is or DevOps and how tough it is DevOps. So everything depends on the practice. So this is the answer for that question. Okay, so fine. So Siddharth, what about you? Are you practicing the things? For you only the whole class is happening on the evening. Otherwise it will be happening on the Indian morning. So what about you? Are you at least for that practicing? Siddharth Garu.
No, no, I have to practice today.
What is this, Siddharth? What is this? Please
I have
practice.
some project work to complete, so I'm working with the project.
That is not my problem. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll just practice.
okay, so I'm not going to get a job. You are going to get a job. So please practice this, and one month you are just need to do a hard work for only 1 month, and you can be happy.
Yeah, I'll do it today.
Okay, guys, fine. So we are moving to the next topic. So the CD part. So again, we are going to talk about the CD part. Okay. So till now we have did the things. We have did the things in a different way. Okay. So now we are going to use a similar some tools which is going to be used for the CD part. Okay. When we are going to see MS Paint. So till now we are talking about the CI part, which is there. Okay. CI. Now we are going to talk about the CD part, and this CD part is going to be demonstrated by Chef. Okay. So in the Jenkins same server, that is the same slave server from the CD command. Okay. So I am just going to create a job, Jenkins job for CD job, and what I am going to do is I am just going to run the chef command from that place. That's it. So in the slave machine, I am just going to run in the slave machine. I am just going to run the chef command. That's it. So till now what we have did the Tomcat installation, Tomcat all the module installation and the file configuration, and you have run some commands to do the deployment, right? So all the things will be reused by the chef, and those things will be called as a recipe. So forget about this, the last sentence which I have told you. So the CD part, instead of doing it manually, we are going to use the chef tool to make our deployment. So this is what we are going to do it. Okay. So now before going to chef, you need to understand the chef architecture. What is the chef architecture? It is going to be very simple, which is going to be which is called as a workstation. So it will be very difficult for you to understand. Just listen the terminology, that's fine. So there is going to be something called workstation and chef server, and it is going to be the deployment nodes, chef nodes. It is called as a chef node. Okay, you can have the multiple nodes. That's it. So this is architecture, which is a 3-tier architecture of the chef. So this one, and this one. That's it. So which we are going to use it. So what we are going to do here, so which is going to be talk about, this place is nothing but chef workstation. So this is called chef workstation. This is called chef server. This is called chef node. Understood? So this is going to be a chef server, this is going to be a chef node, this is going to be a chef workstation. So what is this workstation and how it is getting connected? If you are going to connect throughout this process, this terminology is called as a bootstrap. So if you are going to connect all these things, workstation, these are all one of the chef components. The workstation, chef server and the chef node, this process is called as a bootstrapping. Bootstrap, B-O-O-T-S-T-A-P, bootstrap. Okay. So this is going to be called as a bootstrapping mechanism. What is a bootstrap is nothing but the process of connecting your chef workstation, chef server and the chef node is called as a bootstrap. That's it. So now what is the main use of this workstation, server and node? So what is our goal? To do some deployment, right? We need to do the deployment. So where the deployment should happen, the place where the deployment is going to happen is place where the deployment is happening is called as a chef node. Okay. So this is a place where the chef node, the deployment is going to happen. So it means that this is a slave machine for your Jenkins. Okay. And these are all the things which is done in the background. So if you want to deploy something, you need to write some contents, right? What it has to be deployed, that is going to be there in the content. The content are instructions. So I would be calling this as a instructions. So these instructions are called as a recipe. Recipe is nothing but the instruction. PIE, recipe. Okay, this recipe is going to be called as an instruction, and this instruction, this recipe instruction is there, right? So this recipe instruction is collectively called as a cookbook. So the chef server as chef workstation is going to have the things called cookbook. Okay, and this cookbook is going to be stored in the chef server. So whenever the chef node is triggering, the command is getting triggered, it will be telling for in this chef server you will be writing what is the node and what is the cookbook that you have to execute. So it will be like a name and a value pair. The node and the cookbook will be there in the chef server. Understand? So chef server is the kingmaker in this part. So chef server is it's called as a hosted chef server. So hosted chef server. So first of all, what you need to do is we need to create an account, or we need to mention the hosted chef server, and after that we need to have the chef workstation. So what is the workstation? Workstation is nothing but the development area. So it is called as a DevOps, right? You ask that what kind of development work you are going to do. So this is what you are going to do, some deployment. For that you are going to do some development. Instructions needs to be developed. So that place is called as a chef workstation. Okay, the workstation is nothing but our laptop. Simple. Our laptop is going to be our workstation. So you will be designing the things, or you will be writing the cookbooks and recipes in your chef workstation, and you will be putting the things to the chef node, chef hosted server, and from this hosted server, that chef node is going to be, the command is going to be triggered in the chef node, and it is going to interact with this one and take the cookbook and execute the things here over here. Okay, this is what the architecture is. Now the takeaway point is workstation. What is the workstation? Where the development is happening. What is the kind of development? It is going to be a cookbook development. So once the development cookbook is getting developed, so where you need to push it, the cookbook is going to be pushed at the hosted chef server. Okay, so once the cookbook is placed here, you are going to say which node this cookbook has to be deployed. So the node and the cookbook will be mentioned in the hosted chef server. That is called as for each and every node, you will be creating a run list. The technical terminology is called run list, and that run list will be having a cookbook. Okay, so this cookbook is going to be deployed in the chef workstation. Chef node. Chef node. And this process of connecting all this from this place, if I want to connect everything, that process is called bootstrap, and it will be helpful. So it will be done by a command called knife. Knife is a tool which makes all the commands so possible. Okay, knife is a client tool which makes the connection between all these things, and whatever activity in chef is going to be achieved by using the knife command. So up to this, is it little bit clear? 30 to 20%, is it clear? So there is a three-tier architecture. One is going to be a workstation, other is going to be a chef server, and other is going to be a node. So the deployment is going to happen in the node, and the instruction of the deployment is called as a cookbook, and that cookbook where the deployment node will be taking is from the chef server. So chef server needs to mapped. So in the chef server, which node and which cookbook has to be mapped. So it is like a matrimonial site. So simple. The chef server is nothing but the matrimonial site where you will be having the matches correctly. So you can do the match. Okay. Workstation is nothing but you are just uploading your horoscope. Separately, lot of horoscope will be uploaded to the chef server. and this is the marriage happening time on the place, whatever it is. So here the original marriage is going to happen, and if the marriage has to happen, the instruction of a marriage is coming from the matrimonial site. So this is what the simple demonstration would be. Okay, and this, all the process of connecting this registration and all those things are a process of groom, that is groom searching or something like that. So it is called as a bootstrap. So which everything is possible through the internet. So here the internet is going to be the knife command. So knife command is a command which makes all these things possible. Okay, clear or not clear?
Yeah, Sundar, clear.
Okay, so now we will be doing one and one. So now what you need to do is you need to download, first of all go to the place and download chef.dk. So development kit. Okay, chef development kit for Windows. So try to download it. You see, for the Windows, so choose some kind of architecture which can be 6x. Yeah, this is the good one. So you can just try to download this. Okay, so you can try to download this one. So I'm just putting it in the chat for you. Maybe you can download it right now itself while listening the class. So once you have downloaded it, okay, once you have installed your chef, so the chef DK, it will be like this. So the chef development DK, this window is going to be like this. You see, it's a PowerShell window. So you have installed your chef DK. So this is what your workstation meant. This is called as a workstation which we are going to work. So this is my workstation, and you can see the knife command, KNIFE. So once you install KNIFE, knife. So this knife command should be working after you install it to the chef DK. Okay, so this, you see the knife command is working. So it means that you have installed chef on your workstation. So you see, so these are all the knife commands. Okay, so once this is done, you need to have the hosted chef server. So the hosted chef server is going to be, you need to create an account and the organization. Okay, so how to create it? Nothing but just go to the Google and say MANAGE, manage chef IO. Okay, so go to this place and create the chef hosted server here. You see, it is going to be the chef hosted server. So I have created, so you have to click here to get started. So you have to create an account here. So I have already created an account here, 30@gmail.com, and I have my account here. So you can create your account in this place. So yeah, so like this, so it will be entering here. Okay, so this place is called as a node. So there is no node links to this. Okay, this place is whatever I have talked as a chef hosted server. You see, the chef hosted server. So I have, chef is giving a server to you as a hosted one, and you can use its own hosted server as your practical way. Okay, so in your practical way, you can use this chef hosted server. Okay, so and the node, where is the chef node? The chef node can be any node. It can be, let's say I can take this deployment node as a chef node. Okay, or I can also create the things. Okay, so that is also possible, but this can be a deployment node, can also be a bootstrap. So if I want to link, okay, if I want to link this one, so link this node to the chef server, I need to use the process called bootstrap. Okay, bootstrap is the process to make this one working. So first of all, what we need to do, where we need to do a bootstrap? From the chef workstation. So whatever it is going to be done, you have to do the command from the workstation. So what is the bootstrap command? So there is a bootstrap command which is given. Okay. So chef issue solved. You see, this is a bootstrap command that we are going to use it. Okay. So it's going to be this command. Okay. First of all, you need to link this workstation with your, what we need to do. First of all, you need to link your workstation, right? You need to link your workstation with your chef hosted server. So for that, you have to do some activity here. So what is nothing but you have something called C colon. So the things will be there in the C colon, and you can just go inside the chef. And what you need to do is you are seeing something called chef repo, right? So you have to, not this one. So what you need to do is you need to download this. You have to download, where is my chef rep? Chef, yeah. So this is a chef server, right? So you have to download the thing. So you go to the administration and say, from this organization, there is something called starter kit. So you have to download the starter kit for us now. So once you have downloaded the starter kit from the chef server, so this is the way that you can make a link between your chef server and your workstation. So what I am going to do is I am going to take the starter kit. So I am just going to take the starter kit, and I am going to put the starter kit into my chef workstation so that I can link this node and this workstation. Sorry, the hosted chef server and my workstation. Okay, these two components will be linked by using the starter kit component. So which is already given by the chef here. So I have already downloaded it, and what I need to do is I need to unzip this first of all. So I just unzip this one. So extract to the chef 16 folder. So I am just extracting it. So date modified. So I don't know where it got. Yeah. So chef starter kit. So this one, this chef repo, completely I have to copy this and go to the place called chef repo. So in this case, you see. So in this case, just create something, a folder called chef, and just delete this one. So which, if it is there already there, I am just going to delete it, and I am just going to create the repository. You see, so I'm just going to create the chef repo here. I have just pasted the content from my chef server to this place. And if you go and see here, inside this automatically .chef folder will be created. In that .chef folder, there is a connection for this place. You see, Anisundar 30 and knife.rb. So the knife.rb is a Ruby file which makes the connectivity. You see, the chef server URL is going to be this URL, HAPI chef organization Hanisundar 30. So this is the connection. So this makes the connection between your, so this is my node name, and I'm just going to use the perm key. So perm key is nothing but the organization perm key. It's going to have the password for the organization itself inside the chef hosted server. Okay. So this is a setup that slowly you will try to understand it. Now you may not understand this. So now I have made the connection between this chef hosted server and my workstation, which is my chef workstation. Right. So which is my chef workstation. You see, I have made my connections. Now what you need to do, you need to do a process of bootstrapping. So now what I did, I have connected the hosted server and the chef workstation. Now you need to connect this chef node and the hosted server. So for that the process is called as a bootstrap. For that you need to trigger a command called bootstrap. From where you can trigger the command, you have to trigger the command from the hosted chef server, but you cannot go inside the server and do it. Instead of that, what you can do is, so you have downloaded this whatever the starter kit here, right? From this workstation you are going to execute the command. So I am just going to go to the C colon now, and you need to go to the folder called chef. Okay. So in this case, you need to go to the place called the chef repo, and you see now you need to run the command called chef, which is now you need to run the command. So what we need to do is chef bootstrap is a command that we have to trigger it. So what is a bootstrap command talks? So bootstrap command, what you need to bootstrap. So bootstrap the server. So you just put it like this. So you are going to paste it. Maybe I will just put CLS. Yeah. So first I am going to do the bootstrap of what? I am going to do the bootstrap of the server. So which server I need to bootstrap? I am going to do the bootstrapping of this deployment server. So what is the private ID of the server? So you have to take the private IP of the server. So this is my private IP, right? So I'm just going to take it and put it in the bootstrapping mode. So I'm just going to bootstrap this server, but what is the syntax of the bootstrap now? So what is my SSH gateway? SSH gateway is nothing but your username @ hostname. So that is going to be your default SSH gateway. So in this case, this is the gateway that you have to say, SSH gateway. Okay, and what is the username @ server name is my gateway, right? So I need to put username @ server name. So what is my username @ server name? Ubuntu @ this one, right? Fine. So I'm just putting this one as the gateway, SSH gateway. Fine. And after that, if you see the syntax, it is after the SSH gateway. You need to use the SSH user. So which user you are going to use it here? Which is going to be the Ubuntu user, right? So paste it and the Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Once you did this, and again it is not solved. So again the sudo, you are going to use the sudo and the identification file for this server. So what is the identification for this server? Is going to be the perm key. What? The perm key of the server, which is going to be AWS_key.perm. I think it's not underscore or it's hyphen. I'm not sure about it. It's going to be underscore, right? Okay. So it's going to be underscore key.perm. But this key is not in this chef repo. So what we need to do is we need to paste this key into this chef repo. So this is what our goal that we need to do. So where is my perm key here? It should be there in my downloads, right? So the key which I'm going to troubleshoot, so it's going to be there in the download. So it's going to be AWS key. You see the AWS key, perm key. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it here, so that my command in my bootstrap will not fail. So I have used my identification file to enter to this server. If I want to enter to the server, I need to give my perm key, right? So this is what the identification file I have given to it. And again, once this identification key is completed, you need to just put the name node. So name node that you have to use. So you can just put something demo. Demo apps deployment. Okay, and I say enter now. So I'm going to do the bootstrap. So what is the bootstrap will do? Bootstrap will connect your server and the node, and it also it creates, you see, it creates the client and it creates the node for that. We are creating a node in the server and it is trying to connect it. Yeah, it is working very good. So it means that it is pushing the chef client, which is a small software, okay, to your node. Actually, this node will be having a small software now called client chef. Chef software will be pushed to this place. So you can just, I am just going to connect to this node and show you. And in the meantime, you can just check in your chef server node. So you can just see whatever node which you have created, it will be there here now. You see, the node name is going to be this name, and the platform is Ubuntu, and this is a fully qualified identifier, and this is IP address, and a few seconds ago it got connected. You see? So now the node is getting connected, the server. So now what I have did, the server, the chef server and the chef node was connected together by using this process of bootstrapping. Now if you go inside my chef server, what will happen here is, so maybe I will just come out of this Jenkins job and I will try to get into that. So yeah, you see now. So now I'm just going to my deployment machine, which is my chef node. So it is called as a chef node. So from now, whenever I am just using any chef command, the node will be compliant and you can access anything. So sudo, and you can say chef apply. So this command is going to work. chef apply. You see, it's working for me now. So normally, so it got bootstrapped, and anything which I'm going to do the chef client. So I'm just going to say it's going to be a chef client. Okay. So it can be a chef client for me. So if I'm just putting the chef client, if there is anything, the run list is there, it will be executed for me. So the run list is not there actually. So where the run, it is going and checking in my chef server whether any run list is there for me or not. Okay, so which I have told you already. So you see in this place, it is checking whether I have anything for me or not, which is going to be my run list. Edit the run list. So it's going to be checked whether any run list is there or not. So run list means it is going to be the, so in my architecture it is going to be the cookbook or a recipe. So if any recipe is there, if it is uploaded into your chef server, you can just map this. You can just map this cookbook, and if it is there in the run list. So whenever I am just running the command called chef client, okay, which is going to be the Jenkins slave command, which is going to be triggered at last. So when I'm doing the chef client, automatically it just checks the run list in this server and it deploys the things in the chef node. So this is the one small architecture that I have developed for you and showed you. So up to this, is it clear? So what I have showed you here is this one. So this is going to be the chef node. I am going to tell you. So you see, guys. So cannot able to minimize it. I just want to minimize it. It's not coming. You see, now this is going to be my chef workstation. Oh no, it is going to be my chef. Yeah, this is going to be my chef workstation here. Okay, and this is going to be whatever I am showing it. It's going to be my chef. It's going to be your chef machine. So no. It's going to be your chef. You see here. So yeah. You see, this is going to be your chef machine. Oh my God, it is saying no. It is cancelling it. So you see now it is going to be my chef machine. Okay. So it's going to be my chef server. Okay. So this is my chef workstation, which I have made all the things here, the chef JD and the bootstrapping everything from here, and the things is the chef workstation is here. So the chef server is here, and the workstation is nothing but this place. Not the workstation, it is going to be the server, chef deployment server. Okay, the chef deployment node, I would say it is a chef deployment node. So this is my node, and this is my chef server, and this is my chef node, chef server, and workstation. You see, this is the setup that I have bootstrapped it. By using this bootstrap, I have connected all this one. Is it clear, guys, to you? This is how the chef is going to work. Pin drop silence. I know it will be very difficult for you to understand, but unless you are doing this, you will never understand this. But this recording is very, very important. Take this recording and see this recording 1 or 2 times. So this is the workstation. This is the workstation. This is the server. And this is the node. This thing is getting connected by using Bootstrap. I did the Bootstrap. and this is a bootstrap command. For sure you need to get the bootstrap command. So this is going to be the bootstrap command. So in this case it is the user is going to be SSH user is going to be Ubuntu. So because you are going to, so this is a Red Hat machine. This example talks about the Red Hat machine, and you can bootstrap any kind of machine. So it's going to be the Ubuntu. So you can just have this, and I'm going to put it in the chat, this command, so the bootstrap command. So I just have this example of the bootstrap command which will work for you. Okay, so if you could able to do this, you are going to be a great DevOps engineer. First time it will never work. If it is working in first time, it's great. So that's the reason you have to practice the Jenkins and the CD part and again this part. So it is dumping for you. So the exercise are getting dumping for you now. So you need to practice more now. Got the point?
Yeah, Sundar, Mahendra here.
Yes, Mahendra, go ahead.
I got the flow of what you're told till now. I got one doubt, like what actually does Chef does, like in the CD job, like is it going to automate
So
or how is it going
deploy
to
the
automate?
software. You can deploy the software.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It can deploy, say for example, if you want to deploy the OpenSSH, or if you want to deploy the PHP, or if you want to deploy the Apache HTTP or a Tomcat, so it can deploy the software. First of all, the chef can deploy the software. Okay. So it doesn't mean that always it just goes blindly close its eyes and deploy it. It checks the state whether they're already there or not. If anything, it can deploy. Or it can be used to make the configuration. So configuration means it can just do some file change or file content change. So if you want to change the file content in the server, so lot of servers are there, okay, in your infrastructure, and you want to do the changes by using, it is like a function, okay. You write one instruction and you are going to run the same instruction in the multiple nodes in the same time. So it can maintain the infrastructure part or a software part installation to you, and the configuration management part talks about the file change or some configuration change, the port or the variable and the token change for you, or it can also do some commands also. The instructions can also be executed. So either Chef can do this three activity parallelly. Inside any kind of server. It doesn't mean that it should be this server or that server. So you can take some intelligent code, you can write some intelligent code in the Chef to do the infrastructure in a piece of code or infrastructure management in a piece of code. You can say if it is an Ubuntu server with this architecture, you need to install this package. If it is going to be the Red Hat OS, CentOS package or Red Hat package, you have to install this kind of, see, if it is a Red Hat machine, it is going to be HTTPD. If it is going to be the Ubuntu machine, it is going to be the package name is going to be the Apache 2. Okay. So like this, lot of things are there. Okay. It will be changed. So Chef is intelligent to handle those things. So we will be talking that part later. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Three main things. One, to install the software. Other is to maintain the configuration, and other is to execute some commands sequentially or parallel. And in a single instruction, you can run the maintain the multiple environments and the servers also by using Chef. So same thing is going to be done by Puppet also. There is no change. But the symptoms and the scenarios and the terminology varies. That's it. Clear or not clear?
Sundar, the recipes that we have to write, what language is that?
It's a declarative language, self-declarative language. It's not a big language that you have to by heart. So it's self-explanatory if I'm writing the recipe. People call it as a Ruby, but you don't have to know about the Ruby for it. So the syntax is used as a Ruby syntax, but it is not a complete Ruby script.
Okay.
So are you clear with this?
Yes, Sundar.
So because problem here is if you are doing this only, I can teach you the chef recipes and the cookbooks and how to upload the cookbooks here, how to make the deployment by using the cookbooks by using chef workstation. Okay. So otherwise there is no point that I am just moving further. So before coming tomorrow, can you practice this and come back to me?
Sundar, can we? I'm still working on Jenkins, and so can we take it? Like break? It's going too fast for me, so that I can get everything together before you go ahead with the recipes.
So it depends on almost majority. So what Rakesh wants, what Shahidya wants, what Shivanand wants, and what you want, guys. So he is asking a time to get practice. So this is what you need to ask him, correct?
Yes.
So what is the other guy's opinion? Tell me.
I agree with Hemant Sundar because I'm also working in Junkin, so I think a 1 day break will be good and we can complete the Jenkins and CI/CD part and then we can go for chef.
Okay. Okay. So what about Siddharth? And if somebody is not agreeing for this, if they are not agreeing for this, I will ask you whether it's completed or not.
Yes, Sundar, I will be practiced by tomorrow, even this session also, as I am continuously doing on the third session itself.
Okay, okay.
So whatever the issues comes, as you said, to find it on Google, I'm working on it. And is there any, like, if there is any difficult issue, I'm asking you in the next session. If
Correct.
the
And are you in the WhatsApp group? What is the WhatsApp group doing here then?
Sorry, Sundar, I like never bother about WhatsApp. I'll be checking in the between itself.
You are checking in the?
Like in between, like I never bother more. Like in between, I'll be seeing it. Is there any important or not?
1 second. Okay, okay, fine. No issue.
Sundar Mahendra here.
Yes, Mahendra.
I'm just conveying my opinion. So it would be better if possible if we can connect tomorrow for like half an hour or so, because let us practice on a few things and then come back to you, because it is of no use if you're taking a break and then guys are not practicing another day too. So you can just have
That's what I was.
a sort of eye over us, like who I mean what part is being covered by us in a day. It's of no
Very
use
good.
even after taking a day break if the next day if the guys are coming without practicing, so that
That's
doesn't
fine.
look good. So
I agree with you. That's
since
fine.
we guys are
So we
accepting
can just
for
start
a break, we will just connect for like 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes based on the doubts.
That's what I'm
Nothing
saying.
tomorrow.
We won't skip the class of telling what he's going to explain. We'll just skip. We'll come back with breaks. We'll do the whole class, but just not explaining anything further than chef until everything is got together.
So tomorrow we will have a session. I mean, like if you're comfortable, we will have a session and we'll just get the doubts cleared. That's it. It will be
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
a
That's
wrap up
what I
session.
meant.
Yeah.
Makes sounds. Sounds clear. So sounds good. So we will not go for the further class, but we will be having the troubleshooting part tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow
Exactly.
just like 15-20 minutes, whatever time the guys takes, like let them have their questions. I mean, like we'll just go through them and then we'll wrap.
Okay. So let's connect at 8:30 then. So the 30 minutes late.
Yeah, okay, Sundar.
The class is going to start at 30 minutes late tomorrow. Okay.
Fine, Sundar.
Yeah, fine,
Okay.
Sundar.
Okay, boss. Bye bye.
Nice.
Yeah.
And today, who is going to send the material to me? So this one.